Well, does change make you uncomfortable? Well, change is a part of life, especially after retirement. Join us today, and we're going to talk about that. Well, welcome to Life Notes for 24 April 2023. We're going to talk about a few tips about retirement. When's the right time to retire? Oh boy, this this is a big question. Many people think, well, you start to work when you're 20, 22, and you're supposed to retire when you're 65 or 67. So about 45 years, you're out there working hard, accumulating money. Well, that's a good thing. Now, one key point is you need to plan. To plan on retirement. You don't just don't just shotgun it, thinking, you know what, I'll work hard and everything will come out okay in the end. So there's a lot of people that have done that in the past. But anyway, it's not funny. But it is today. We probably think of it as funny because most people today actually do very well planning for retirement and set aside a substantial amount of money. But I want to touch on a few points. Now, these are covered in my newsletter, and the ones I'm going to talk about here are just some key points that I thought would be good to cover in the video. The first key point is, like I said, you need to plan on retiring. Some people never retire, and I'm one of those. Didn't When I was a little kid, I never thought about retiring. When I worked, I didn't think about retiring, and now that I'm officially retired, I'm not retired. I'm still working probably more than I did before because I like to work, and I've always liked to work. I always looked forward to Mondays. I didn't look forward to Fridays. So that's just me. Anyway, while I'm thinking about it, check out our website, www.patreon.com/a step above, and become a gold member. And you get 5 decades worth of all the information that I've accumulated over the years for success. And if you want to have a successful retirement and you actually don't want to do anything, it's in there. If you want to have a successful retirement and be active, it's in there. So you can't miss. I mean, for $9 a month, you're getting information I've paid tens of thousands of dollars to learn. Anyway, also think about where you would like to retire. That's one of the very important issues. Some people think, well, I'll just retire where I'm at. I've lived here for 25, 30 years, and I'm just going to stay here. That may be what you want to do. I would suggest that a year to 2 years, maybe more, prior to your retirement, start, if you're married, look with your spouse into different states, cities, communities, types of homes that you might consider. Some people retire and they've got a huge nest egg, and they get that house that they've always wanted. In on the surface, that sounds okay. However, with that house you've always wanted, it's probably a larger home, even than you have now, and it comes with expenses, and not the least of which is property taxes. So think about the type of home you want to live in, the maintenance of that home, lock down your health care. Health care is really important. Social Security will give you so much money, and Medicare gives you so much money, but most people will need some sort of supplemental insurance. And for this, you need to have a trusted advisor to which you can go to and find out about health care once you retire. Find out before, but that will take effect once you retire. Create a budget. Some people go through life and never get around to creating a budget, and they end up not in good shape at retirement time. No matter what age you are, you need to have a budget of your expenses, all of your income, all of your outgo. And if at the end of all of your outgo at the end of the month, if you don't have 25% of your take-home pay left, you're doing something wrong. Simple as that. And we do give advice on those things, and you can contact me at therev@astepabove.life, and I will give you some information in that regards. We have manuals and books that we send out to help you with that. Build an emergency fund. An emergency fund, the least of which is 6 months of all of your expenses each month. That's the minimum emergency fund. The ideal emergency fund is 18 months of your monthly expenses. So if your monthly expenses are $3,000 a month, 6 months would be $18,000. 18 months is going to be, what is that? $54,000. So, and that's a fund that you cannot touch. Complete your estate planning with a professional. Part with less essential items, like, over the years we all accumulate stuff. We found that out when we moved in 2020 from Virginia to Florida. We had accumulated a lot of stuff, 75% of which we didn't need, and we got rid of it, and we have not reaccumulated it. In fact, even what we've got now, little by little, we're breaking that down to where we'll have even less to have around the house to clutter up things. Prioritize your bucket list. Some people have huge bucket lists, and some people have like 5 or 6 things they want to do. Well, prioritize your bucket list. It doesn't matter how long it is, how short it is, how expensive it is, how wacko it might sound to somebody else. It's your bucket list. Put on that bucket list the things you really want to do, and then plan on doing them. And last but not least, almost last, consider your next career. After you retire, don't stop. A quote from William Patterson, I'd like to read to you. Peterson, I mean. Don't retire, aspire. Retirement does not mean that you are through. It means that you have experienced a breakthrough to a new freedom with the time to do the things you've always wanted to do. That's what I'm doing. So you can do a practice run and budget on your budget and everything. You can do a practice run on retirement and see how it goes for you. Remember, you'll be hopefully with your spouse in essence 24/7, unless you're both really actively working after you're retired. My wife and I love being around each other. We're both active. We're active together in church, community affairs, foundations, other things that are available down here. And we have a blast. We have a blast. So anyway, that's it for this week. See you guys next time. And if you're in that frame of mind where you're getting ready to retire, consider these things. And if you would like, send me an email at therev@astepabove.life, and I'll send you the retirement newsletter I have this time. Just put in the subject line free retirement tips, and I'll send it.